Okay, so welcome everyone back to another session for the logistic class. Okay, so I think last time we left off with the inventory module, and especially at the batch item, right? If I were to recall last time, I think we create an item called the markers. So let me go check that out because everything should be still in the system, okay? If I were to go to stock and I check out my items, I should be able to see the marker. I think that's the one that I created last time. And for the marker, if you go to the inventory tab, right, that one is where we define the behavior in terms of batch item. So scroll down. You should be able to see that the hash batch number is tick, and also this is how we define how the batch is going to be created. And I think we went through some short examples of getting things into the warehouse and getting things out of the warehouse, and I show you that actually everything is kind of get recorded per batch, right? And to do that, we can actually go to another document called batch list. Okay, so let me show that to you real quick. So if I want to check my batch, I can go to my batch list. And this one, I think last time I think I bring in the item 2 times, and each time it creates a new batch automatically. You can certainly add things to the existing batch. We haven't done that yet, but I think last time we bring the item into our warehouse twice, and each time it created the batches, right? So number 1 and number 2. If I were to click into each one, I do have even more more information about each batch, like what kind of document that are linked to here. And the thing that most people, I guess, that I interacted with are interested in is the ledger. So this ledger is actually just telling you, what is the history that's relevant to this batch. For example, for me, I bring it in, this one going into the store warehouse, right? And then I take it out 2 times. And actually, if I go to the right, you should be able to see that each time, what's happening in terms of what is the activity, right? So the first 2 rows shows you that it's the stock entry. So either bring it in, like material receipt, right? And this one should be material issue. But then the last one tells me that this is the delivery note. So that means that we actually deliver to some of our customers. And if you want to even track further to see which one I delivered to, then I can just click at this. There should be a voucher. The voucher number, that's the actual documents. And you can click in here and inspect the actual delivery note. And I can see that, okay, I deliver this amount of material, amount of items to customer A. So that is really useful and actually something that solves a lot of problems when you actually need to track where you sell your item to. Okay, so keep that in mind. If that is your business requirement, which I've seen, you can confidently say that this one solved the problem very, very elegantly. Okay. So that's the batch, right? But I want to show you another way, like another behavior, which is called serialized item, which is even more fine-grained. So when you say about serialized, think about when you buy electronic products. Each product will have a unique number called serial number. And if you want to check your warranty, for example, you can check by using your serial number, right? They keep track of when you buy it and then the status of it, right? And even if you return it or if you send it in for repair, all of this information should somehow be trackable. And we are going to do similar things, although maybe not as detailed as when you buy like a hard drive or electronic products, but very, very actually quite functional way of dealing with a serialized item. Okay, so let's do just that, shall we? I'm going to go back to my stock, okay, And let's create another item, but this time think about maybe something that we want to track them like individually, like a unique stuff, okay? So let's do like mouse, right? I don't know, just since we all have office stuff, so let's do mouse, okay? Okay, I'm gonna do this one, maybe I'll do item 006. I don't even remember which one I have, but item code. Item name is gonna be mouse, okay? And then item group is gonna be product. So just come up with something that seems like, you know, an appropriate item to track each individual item, okay? And I will just leave the default unit of measure as the numbers. This is fine, okay? We don't do anything here. We go to inventory tabs. And in here, I want to maybe just go a little bit more advanced. So I'm going to tick has batch number. So it's possible that when we buy the mouse, we buy in like different batch, right? And in each batch, there are like individual mouse that has unique serial number. So this one, I'm going to automatically create new batch. And then I'm going to keep it simple. For example, I'm going to do mouse B, like mouse batch, okay? And then I'm going to do dot and then do maybe just 3 number. So this means that each batch will be named automatically starting with MB followed by the 3-digit number. So we don't need the date or anything, just keep it simple. But certainly you can do like more elaborate ways of naming the batch, okay? But I'm gonna tick another one which is has serial number. So this one, this is gonna make them so that each product has a unique identifier. And this one, I'm gonna do mouse serial, right, MS. Sorry, wait, where is it? Okay, go down. And then I'm gonna do dot 1, 2, 3. So if you see MS, it means the serial number of the mouse followed by the 3-digit number. And then if you see MB, it's the batch number. Okay, so that would be something that we're looking for to see how it works, okay? All right, so let's just save that here. Okay, so let's try to bring it in. Okay, so we'll just keep it simple. Go to let's bring it into our warehouse. No need to buy anything. Just go bring it in. And usually, what we can do is go to the stock entry. Stock entry. Yeah. So stock entry list. This one right here. Okay. And just create new one. So we're gonna create new stock entry. Okay. And again, we are bringing the item into our warehouse. So that would be material receipt. This one, receipt, okay? And feel free to choose any warehouse you want. So I'm gonna choose store. So if it's receipt, that means that you gotta define what the target is. Okay, so I'm gonna choose the store as the target. Item code, so this one I'm gonna be the new one that we just created. It's gonna be the mouse, okay? Like there, okay? Feel free to bring in many items, so I'll just bring in maybe 20 and just come up with the price, the rate. So mouse should cost around, I don't know, 500 baht each or something, right? Or maybe more expensive than if it's a high-end mice, right? Okay, and without doing anything, actually it will take care of the serial and batch number for you. So it's kind of nice because you don't have to do, but then you can go in and customize everything if you want, right? But just keep it simple and hit saved and hit submit, okay? Okay, so it looks like just the regular item, right? But actually behind the scene, there's already take care of in terms of like the serial and the batch. So if I were to show you, maybe I can show you from this one, let me make sure. Let me go to stock ledger first to see what happened. Okay. Okay. This one also works. So this one just tells you that, okay, there's going to be the mouse coming in for me, like 20 of them. And the price and everything's here. This is where the warehouse. But here I want you to take a notice as there's a document here that's called, it's actually kind of hidden, but it's called Cereals and Batch Bundle. So whenever we have the cereals and batch, a batch and cereals items, actually this information is recorded in another document called the Cereal and Batch Bundle. So let's click into it to see what happened, shall we? There you go. Okay, so this one is going to tell you that, okay, this batch is called MB001. See that? This is the naming convention that we just did, right? And then each one has the serial number, right? So this one, we only have one batch. So it's going to be our MB001. But then as you can see that the serials are also numbered from MS001 to the MS20, okay? And as you can see that there's a serial and batch, and then there's also quantity and then the warehouse. So this is how the system keeps track of where things are and which one has which identifier in terms of like the serial and batch. Okay? Okay, so why don't we do another one, because I want to show you when we move things out, right? So let's bring in another batch of the mouse again, and then we'll try to see, like when we move things out, like how do we do, right? So I'm gonna go back to material stock entry again. Okay, and เดี๋ยวเข้ามาใหม่ก็อันนี้ทำได้ไหมครับให้อีกรอบหนึ่งไหมครับโอเคครับ okay just one more time, okay, just to make sure. Okay, we go to stock and item. We just create a new item called mouse, because mouse is typically has serial number on it, and we want to make sure that we have this one. So it's going to be has batch number and has serial number. So this one is a new one today. And then I'm just naming them so that I know what name corresponding to which type. So MB is the batch for the mouse, and MS is the serial number of the mouse. Okay, so okay, so and for those who already had the first batch, why don't you guys bring another batch in for, I don't know, just determine how many, just come up with a number. Okay, so bring in the second batch with the serial number too. Second, create the stock entry. Just do stock entry with material receipt. Just do bringing in the stock normally, but then it will create the new batch for you automatically. Okay, so let me just do it alongside you guys. Okay. So if I want to bring in the stocks, I'll do stock entry, okay, and then I'll just do add stock entry, and then make sure it's material receipt, okay, and make sure the target is, I guess it can be anywhere, but I'll just keep it simple. It's the same warehouse. The item's gonna be the mouse. I missed it. Mouse. And then maybe I'll just bring in 10, like there. Okay, so if I were to create another stock entry without and just you know just specify the number coming in normally without doing any custom batch manipulation, I should be able to get a new stock entry. And then if I were to click at the serial and batch bundle, again, you should be able to see that now I have batch number 2, so it's MB002. And then now the serial number actually starts from the one that I left off from the previous batch, which is because I bring in 20 on the previous batch. So this one start off at 21. So that's kind of how it works in terms of like if you have the number that's not randomized, okay? Okay, so while we wait for your friend to catch up, we can see another, there are multiple places that we can look into this information. The serial and batch bundle is kind of a hidden feature, right? But normally you can check, for example, you can check the batch list, okay? If you can see the batch list, then you can typically see that there are new batches coming up, right? And for example, if I look at the first batch, I should be able to go into the batch bundle from here too. For example, I can do, maybe I can go here and come up with kind of like the same way, right? So that's another way to go. So start from the batch list, and then now this batch list is going to be kind of associated with this batch bundle, and this batch bundle is linked to that document right here, which has the list of the serial numbers too, okay? So that's one way. But another way that might be more direct, if you want to inspect the serial number directly, there is something called serial number list. Oh, so that one, I think that one is also possible. So this one go to the serial number automatically, and then you can inspect each one to see more example. For example, like this serial MS030 is in the batch number MB002, right? And the cool thing is that you can also view the ledger. So the ledger is like a book bank, like you know, the history of it, right? So like before, we look at the history of the batch, but now we look at the history of the serial number itself. So I can view ledger, right? And this one bring into the serial number ledger. So as you can see that my number is MS030, and it only have one row of history because, yeah, I just bring it in, right? But let's see if we're gonna move it out, right? And then if we do something more to it, then you can see that the ledger is gonna have more items on it. Okay, so let's do that. Let's do just that, okay? So let's move things out, okay? Or maybe we can change it to another warehouse or something, right? We can do that, okay? So let's do stock entry, okay? And let's move this to another warehouse, okay? So we're gonna add another stock entry, but this time we're going to transfer, material transfer, okay? And I just happen to have my mouse in my stock warehouse called the store, so I'm gonna move to store 2. You can move to any other stores, right? So my source would be store, and my target would be store 2, but you can choose anything that you want, okay? And I'm gonna move my mouse, okay, from, let's see, I'm move my mouse, okay, mouse. Wait, it doesn't come up, sorry, I need to click it, mouse, okay. Right here, okay? And let's move like maybe 5 of them, okay? And here's the thing, if you don't specify anything, I think it should work. But let's go to see what the system is selecting the mouse for you. And as you can see, it's going to be FIFO, okay? But you can see that by clicking at the pencil right here, okay? And if I were to go to here, and if I deselect this, and if I go hit this, this is what the system is going to select for you automatically. Did I go too fast? Probably go too fast. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so normally you can just hit OK, and it will just pick the first in, first out for you. But let's see what the system chooses for you automatically. So go to the pencil, that's the detail, right? And then if you scroll down, you should be able to see something called serial number and batch, and normally it's like this. So if it's like this, then it's do it for you behind the scene. But if you want to see what it is or customize it further, then you deselect this one and bring up this additional pop-up windows. And there you go. This is what the system is choosing for you. And you can also, there's nothing to prevent you from changing this, okay? If I don't like this one, I can just delete this and I'm just add a new row and I'm gonna choose the new. Like I can even choose move this one. Like it's up to me. But then if you don't choose anything, it's gonna be FIFO, first in, first out. Okay. So just for me to keep track of things nicely, so I'm just gonna do MS. Wait. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Better to just click it out, right, and start again. I think that's the best way. If you don't want things to change, or just keep things like a default, like that. Okay. And then, but once you hit this, if you want to confirm this, then you can hit add serial and batch number. So that's going to create a new document that you just see. It's called the serial and batch bundle. So you can click that, okay? No harm to it. You can just click that, right? And as you can see that it's already create that mapping between the serial and batch number for you behind the scene, okay? So that's kind of nice. It takes care of things for you automatically, okay? And once you did that, then you can just hit submit, save and submit, okay? And it should go without problems. Okay? If I were to go to my, there are multiple places we can check this history. But first thing, let's go to the stock ledger, because that's like the main history of our stock, right? Inventory stocks. So here you can see that I have movement, right? It's taking out from my store and adding into my store too, right? And then within each of these, you can see that there are serial and batch numbers. So each of the activities in the inventory has this document associated with it. So let me click the first one to see what it does. Okay, the first one is doing this. It's saying that this serial number, right, which has this batch number, the quantity is -1 from store, which makes sense. I take it out from the store, right? And if I were to go back and then click into the second one, as you can guess, it's the same serial, the batch, right? It's the same set, but now it's +1 to the store too. So that's how the system keeps track of like which one goes which. So it has to have this serial and batch bundle, a document, which is kind of like the mapping, and just keep track of how like the activity of the item basically. Okay, so it's quite detailed, but this is kind of necessary for the system to keep track of things correctly. So yeah, I understand, because the first time I tried to understand this, it went way over my head too. So but trust me, that's the level of complexity that you need to go through in order to get something like this to happen, like this feature to happen, okay? So this is kind of like behind the scene, right? But if you want to see just the serial number, I think that one makes more sense, right? So let me just go to my serial number list again. Like this one, pretty straightforward, right? If you want to see the first serial number, you can just scroll down to the first one. So MS001, right? And this one, I can see that if I want to see the history, I can do the ledger again, okay? And now the ledger, I know that, like now I know what happened to this mouse basically. Like I bought it in, and then I moved it out, I bring it into another house, and all the documents are here. So everything pretty much can be tracked, okay? So it's pretty nice. And this one also includes if you sell it to someone, like sell to the customer, and if the customer returns it and then you deliver again. So anything that involves, movement of stocks, it can be tracked from basically just the stock ledger, the the serial number ledger. So it's very, I think it's very powerful, and it should be suffice for a lot of business case. So if your business requires something like this, then yeah, you can safely say that it's taken care of too. Okay. All right, so just for the just before we go, why don't you guys just issue the material, the mouse out of your stock? You can see what happened. Issue it out. Remember, if you just want to take things out from your inventory, you can do material issue. It's most like just take it out, and then also make sure that history is getting recorded in your serial number. Yeah, just take it out from your inventory. Maybe you can take it all. Take it all. Yeah. If you don't mind the FIFO, then you can just don't customize anything. Yeah. If you issued it, that means that it's gone, and the company has to pay for that. That cost is going to go to expense in your accounting. So it's like you pay for the cost of the product, but you don't get anything back in terms of like payment.
Okay, so when I do a selling, I don't do material issue?
If you do selling, you don't do issue.
Okay.
It will go to another sales cycle, and then it will be
Like in what case, in what real life case would I do the issue?
Issue.
When something's lost, or?
If you want to give it as the promotion, like if you want to do like gifts, or if you actually give it for free, like, or if it actually get lost, yeah. But before we go, I'm going to show you the reconciliation. So that's another thing that stock manager has to do like periodically, and it takes care of kind of like this inconsistency between the stock value, like the number of the stock in your system. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the way that I recommend for some of the places, businesses, that if they want to just use the inventory module without the accounting, like there are places that already have the accounting software, and they take care of the sale and purchase cycle already. So if they want to use just the inventory part, I tell them to use just the stock receipt and issue only, because they don't have to deal with the sales cycle, because it's already taken care of from the other software. So they don't have to do like double work. So that's another technique that I use too. Okay, so let me just do that issuing just to show you. So I'm going to go to stock entry again, and then I'm going to add a new stock. But then right now, let's say things get out of our warehouse for some reasons, issue it out, and then I'm going to, so here's the thing. Now I have to remember, like, where is it, right? So I remember, I recall that some of the mouse is in my store, so I can choose store, right? And then I also recall that there's another mouse that's actually in store too, because I just moved it, so I'll just do that too. So I'm gonna do store too. Yeah, I can do that, right? And same item, but different places, okay? So do mouse, like that. So I'm gonna do 1, or maybe 2 and 2, okay? And yeah, I can do that too. You can move things from the same item, but from different store, different warehouse too, okay? And I'm just going to save that and submit, right? Yeah, so that's totally possible, and actually that is actually happen, and gives in a place where you have lots of warehouse, this thing can happen, like same item from different place, right? And then if you look at the ledger, or maybe I'll just skip it, or I'll just look at ledgers again, okay? So as you can see that if you have different warehouse, then the item ledger is going to separate into 2 entries. So the first entry is from store, and then the second one is from store 2. And again, you can inspect the batch serial batch number. It will just say that mapping, like I'll just click one of them, okay? So 6 and 7 get out of store, right? And then 1 and 2 get out of store 2, right? And then if I were to look at my, for example, number 1, I can kind of click into it, I think, yeah, okay. And I view the ledger, you can see that now I have all the history, right? From getting it in, moving it, and then issuing it out from number 2, okay? So this is pretty cool, like everything is tractable. And since we are here, let me show you another cool feature of this software, is that as you can see that in a real business, there might be a lot of store, like a lot of warehouses, and you might have items that are scattered around different warehouse. And if you just want to pick, you know, like get me 60 items that kind of scatter around the warehouses, like how do you do it? And there's actually a way to do it, because it's actually a real problem. Like I've actually talked to a business that has that actual problems. Like they don't know, they just want to get things out, but if you have to type like each of the places that the item was stored, is kind of too time consuming. So there is something called pick list. Like this is pretty cool, because I just find out, like, you know, recently that, yeah, it's actually a real problem, pick list. So what the pick list do is that it's actually help you pick, you know, things, or like where things are, like help you find where things are. So let me show you this, okay? So if I do new pick list, you don't have to do this, it's okay, right? I'm gonna do all warehouses, because I want the system to search all my warehouses. I want to get the material to, I guess I want to deliver the material to my customer. I just find it for me, okay? So I guess I have to choose customer, it's fine, okay? And I'm gonna have to, I guess, wait, okay. So I think I have to tell them where, what I want. So I want mouse, okay? Right. Sign up. I haven't used this for a while, so pardon me if it's not too smooth. But I think I choose my item, right? And I want to choose the quantity. So I think I want maybe 30. So that one, it should give me, you know, like from the 2 warehouses, okay? And I might just need to just do this, get item location right here. Whoop, that's not. Oh, it's not available in any of the warehouses. Oh, right here. See? If I were to say 30, then it's gonna pick, you know, like some of them from store and some of them from store 2. But it's saying that 30 is not enough, it's too many, because I already issued some of them out, right? But this is actually quite useful, and then it's actually a real problem that I face in some of the business. Like pick the item from me, like find it, okay? It's pretty cool. So like actually when I work with this software, like there's a lot of things that I keep finding out later, and then can kind of impress me, like that they actually cover a lot of the edge cases. So that's something that I kind of that I like about this software, okay? All right, so the serial and batch are taken care of. So the next topic I want to show you is called repack, okay? Repack, it's just a way to kind of changing the item, okay? Let me see what good example should I give you. Like I take it down from here, okay? Okay, so that, okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's do this. If I go to my stock, right, get to my item, remember that we had paper before, right? So if we were to have, like maybe we can start producing something out of the paper, right? let's say we make a paper plane, like with it. Oh, envelopes. Let's do envelopes. So let's say our business bring in paper, and then we fold them into envelopes, and we sell the envelopes, right? So the paper is kind of like a raw materials in this case, and we don't really need to use like the whole manufacturing module. So I think we might have time to go into here today, but if you want to go into full-blown complexity, like into like managing the actual manufacturing, then you should use this manufacturing module. But for a simple business that just like bring in paper and make a paper like an envelope out of it, you don't need that yet. So let me show you a way, and that's called the repack. Okay. So in order to do that, we're going to create another item called envelopes. Okay. So let's go to our stock and item. Okay, and just do another item called envelopes. Okay. Envelopes. Oh, I should do item. Item 007. Okay, envelope. The item groups will just be products. And I'll just keep them simple. Usually you might want to do like envelopes in like piece and then a pack, a box or whatever. So you can have multiple unit of measurements. Mm-hmm. And this one simple, just do safe, that's it. Nothing fancy, no bundle or anything. But like everything that we just talked about in terms of like batch and serial and unit of measure applies in here, and it works very flawlessly, okay? So our task is that we have some of the paper, we want to convert them into envelopes. So let me just check real quick how much paper do I have. So stock summary. Okay, so it's good to just to check to see if we actually have paper in our stocks, right? So I'm going to check for paper. So let's do paper like that. Okay, so I have a lot. I have 4,000 pieces. So if you don't have paper in your stock, yeah, you can bring it in. So you can do material receipt to bring it in. But if you have it, do you have it? Good. You have paper. Okay. Then we can make an envelope out of it. Okay. So in order to do that, we can go to stock entry again, and just create stock entry. See, like this one we use a lot, right? And in here, we're going to choose repack right here. Okay? So repack is just saying that we want to change from one item to another item. Okay? So source, right? For here, you kind of have to remember where your paper is. So I recall that it's in my store. Yours might be different. So choose paper from here. And I'm just going to do maybe 5,000, right? And this one even lets me know that my paper costs 0.4 baht each piece, right? Because we worked it out last time, like when we bring it in, you have to tell them how much you pay for it, right? So this is our kind of like raw materials. And then I'm going to add another one. So this one will be the products. So where do you want it to go? So store, it's okay for me. But this one is going to be envelopes. Okay. And I mean, I guess you can just do 500 envelopes if you don't have any waste in your production, right? You can do 500. Okay. And let's do this one first, okay? And that's it. That's all you need to do in order to record a simple production in your business, okay? So let's just save it and submit. Right here. Okay, pretty good. And right away, you can kind of see that, okay, the number taken care of, right? But then another thing that's quite useful is actually the cost of your material. Because if you're making 500 with the cost of 0.4 and you're getting 500, then the cost of your new material, your new item should be 0.4 baht each. because there's no waste, there's no loss in your system, right? So the 0.4 number for the envelope is actually calculated for you, right? Okay, let's check out to see what's happening in terms of the stock ledger, right? So this one, again, you can see that there are paper that are getting kind of disappear, and then there's an envelope that add to your warehouse. And as you can see that the price, which called the valuation, right here, valuation rate is 0.4, okay? So that makes sense. If you look into your stock summary, you should be able to see your envelopes, right? Right. So this one's too simple, right? Let's take it a notch further, because when you produce something, probably there's loss in your system. So let's do some waste. Let's take care of it too. Okay. So we're gonna go back to the stock entry again, and now let's make more paper. Let's make more envelopes, but this time. We're not going to get the same amount as the paper that comes in, because we don't have, like maybe we have some waste from the manufacturing. So repack, right? And the source is going to be, for me, it's going to be store and paper. Okay. And I'll do 500 again. Okay. And this time, my target, you have to do target, okay? Target means things going in. So store again, store, and this one's going to be envelope, okay? But this time, let's say we have 50, we have 50 paper that's doesn't get make into envelope. So for 50, like that, okay? So right now you can see that the number doesn't make sense yet because you haven't hit save. But if I were to hit save right here, you can see that now it kind of calculates things automatically. So now envelopes should cost more than the paper, because not all the paper get made into your envelope, right? So let's hit submit and see what happened, shall we? Okay. And now if I were to go to my stock ledger, you can see that the valuation rate of the paper is 0.4, right? But then the valuation rate of the envelope is now 0.44. So what is the average cost of my envelope if I were to sell them? Like, that's something that I might want to know, right? So in order to do that, you can go to stock balance, report stock balance, okay? And this one, you're going to have to generate reports. So this one, they have to aggregate the results first, okay? And this one, if I were to look for my, my envelopes, which is the last one, so or I can even filter it. So I'm going to filter my envelopes only. Envelopes. Wait, what? Oh, item, not item group, envelope. That one. And then I have to regenerate it, okay? So my envelopes actually cost me 0.42. That's the average value of my envelope. So if I want to sell it, then I should keep this number in mind. So that's a thing that's actually quite like extremely useful when you're running business and you want to see like what is the cost of your stuff if you were to manufacture it. Like, this is very simple, right? I'll show you a better way, like a more elegant way. So, but actually, this is not all, right? When you do manufacturing, you don't just use raw material. There has to be another cost, right? Like electricity. You're hiring somebody to do it. There has to be something else, like a more indirect cost, right? So let's put that into consideration when you do the repack, and that's and we can do that, okay? So let's go back one more time to stock entry. But this time, we're going to add more cost to our products, okay? So stock entry again, and repacked, okay? And then I'm going to go for store, and then paper. Let's say 500 this time, and I'm going to do store. No, actually target has to be store. Okay, and then do envelopes. Okay. And now, again, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like not all the paper get converted into envelopes. So I'll do like 420. Or maybe I'm getting better. So maybe only 20 paper get lost, right? Okay. But that's not all, right? Usually when you produce something, you gotta pay someone to do it, the electricity and whatever, right? Transportation, the glue, like you haven't taken care of the glue yet, right? So that is exactly this one, additional cost. So let's take care of that, okay? So if there are any additional costs associated with this transaction, just do it, man. Okay, so this one is saying that what is this cost? So if you want to be more specific, you can create more account. Like remember the first one, the chart of account, and you can create like expense, like salary, rental. You can even create another like the separate account that specify like what it is, so that you can filter it later. But just keep it simple. I'm going to use expense included in valuation. So this is the kind of like the generic ones that's saying that if you include this non-zero amount in here, it gets included into your item cost called valuation ราคาต้นทุนนะครับเพราะฉะนั้น but then you can certainly create a new account name something else and has the same property, no problem about it. But this one more generic one, okay? So but then and then you're gonna have to do like what is this, right? So I'm gonna say maybe glue, okay? You pay for glue for I don't know 100 baht, okay? But you can even do another one if you want, right? You can do I don't know this one. This one's more like transportation, maybe. That's kind of a generic name too. You can come up with another account name later on if you want, right? So maybe this one is like gas. You pay for gas when you transport things in. I don't know, like 500. That's too much. Okay, 30. Maybe this one is not that many. Like I don't want my envelope to be too expensive. Okay, maybe 40. Okay, just like that. Okay, just come up with anything, right? And then just hit saved. Okay. And now, again, you can see that there are costs in here, and then there are items in here, and let's submit it. Okay, and this time, I think that you can look at the stock ledger. Okay. And you kind of have to trust me on this, or if you want to verify, you can feel free to do so. But for me, this is my new cost of material, including the loss, right, and then the transportation, and then the glue cost and everything. So it's 0.56. Like I think this is really cool. Like we actually use this one in the real use case because in some of the like when you have like I deal with the business that have very heavy stocks, right? And then even if you want to transport anything internally, it costs gas because you have to like lift it up. So it's actually like every time you move it, the price, the cost of your material increases every time you actually change the warehouse. So that's something that we can take care of it very nicely. So I think this is very cool, okay? Okay, so before we go, why don't you just do another round? Just come up with anything crazy, I don't know. Just create something new and make sure you maybe take care of the loss, possible loss in your manufacturing, any additional cost that might occur. Just do one more round. You can come up with anything you want, but just maybe one more round of practice before we go. And actually, the specification of additional cost can be done in all of the stock entry. You can do material receipt with additional cost. Let's say you have to like bring it in yourself, or if you issue it, you can taking care of the cost too. So it's pretty flexible. Like even if you transfer them internally, you can add the cost into it too. Sure, if you want. But I want you to,
I mean, otherwise we have to create a new item, right? If you want to make something new.
well, can you say that again if you want to?
Otherwise we have to create the new item if we want to make something new.
Yeah, if you want to make something new to create a new item. Yeah. And you can even do like two things and then repack into the last thing. So like if your envelope has glue and you want to take care of your glue, like stock entry for glue, you can do glue as a new item and you do glue and paper and then the envelope comes out. Like this can take care of the manufacturing without the actual process itself. Yeah, let me just do what I just showed you because I'm gonna create a new item called glue. Yeah, why not? Like if you wanna be more specific, you should create glue, right? Now I have to think about what glue system. Glue should be maybe liters. I don't know, something like that. Oh, group smart. And now, if you want to put your item into raw materials, that might be more appropriate now. Okay. Okay, and then I should bring it in. I forgot to get the starting point, but it's okay. So a stock entry. I'm gonna just bring a glue in first. So I'm gonna do receipt and so a target store, and then glue. Wait, I forgot to put glue as a maintain stocks or something. Okay, let me see. Oh, name, I can do glue. Yeah. Okay, I forgot to name the item glue. Okay. So stock entry, and then glue or store. Glue. Okay, let's do one. I don't know. Okay, do material receipt. Okay, and then I'm gonna create a new stock entry, but this time I'm gonna do paper and glue and goes into envelopes. So that's more realistic, I guess. So store, I'm gonna do store, and then store I'll do glue and paper and do envelope. See, you can certainly do that to do 400 and 0.1, make 350, and then like that. So, wait, must be fraction. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So sometimes the unit of measure enforce the whole number. So the liters, I don't know why, but I can certainly go change it. But this one just show you real quick that you can actually two things going out, right, making one thing, and then the price, the cost of your material is already taken care of in the calculations too.
So, but the quantity of glue should be one, right? Not of the...
Yeah. See, if you make mistakes, no problem. You cancel it, okay? Let me just, actually I haven't submitted it, so it's even easier. So 1. Oh, so that's why. So I use 0.1 glue and then 500. There you go. Yeah, sorry, thank you. Yeah, so that's what it is, right? So You can certainly do this. And now if you have two things or multiple things go into another, like the last item, like calculating the cost of your product is actually getting more complicated. So adding our additional costs, then I think this one can be pretty helpful, I think, right? Yeah, I'll just throw in more, I pay somebody to do it. So I'm even gonna do more expense. Like here, I'm gonna do hire somebody, right? I just hire for 50 baht, something like that. So I can even do that too, okay? There you go. Now my envelope is getting more expensive. Yeah, so that's the...
That's because I did not set the
Exactly.
I set it as numbers, not as letters, probably, right?
The liter, it actually can be fraction. If you do, I'm not sure.
Here or no?
You have to go back to do your item, maybe.
Okay.
Just check your item.
I think here.
Oh, it's still number, so that's why. So maybe you can change him to... Can you change it now? I'm not sure. You can change it now? Let's do.
Letter.
Yeah.
Is it that?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you cannot, usually if you already have some items in your stock with the existing UOM, then it doesn't allow you. You have to clear everything first. It's kind of complicated, yeah. I mean, which is kind of makes sense, right? You already say that it has one number, but then you're gonna change it to liter, so that one, you're gonna take care of that number one in your system.
So I submitted with the number one, I would just do that.
Yeah, you just do that.
And then I have to like cancel the stock entry, right? Or
I don't think you have to delete it, not even cancel. Cancel is still in the system, but you have to delete it.
okay, but like it's this one, so I cannot go cancel or?
Oh, you can cancel. You can cancel.
This one, right?
Yeah, yeah. But canceling, it's still in the system, right? So if you want to change your unit of measure, you cannot change it. Even if you cancel the document, you got to delete it from the system.
Okay. How
So
delete, right?
delete, yes. And it doesn't allow you because there's already another document associated. So you have to go and delete the stock ledger entry. So it's kind of complicated. Like my advice, change the name into glue not used, and then create a new item.
Okay, but the stock ledger entry.
It's in here. So yeah, you can cancel this one and.
But is it this one?
Yeah, probably. You can kind of, you have to see from here what it is. Is it right? Yeah. Yes. So you can, yeah, maybe it's a good exercise to see if you can actually delete it. I tried it.
It's not working.
Okay, so go here and delete. You haven't deleted yet. Okay, so delete the first one. Action.
No.
It's not letting you?
No.
Interesting. Can you click here? There's no delete button? Nope. Okay, let me, okay. So your classmate wants to delete the item, the stock entry completely, but it doesn't let you. So let me show you. I did that before, so let me track what I did, okay? Okay, so if I wanna delete this guy, I think first thing to cancel. I think cancel, it should be pretty, it should be no problem. But once you wanna delete it, it was just gonna give you warning, I think, yeah. Because this document's already associating with this stock ledger entry. So this document is internal. Like you're not supposed to, I guess you're not supposed to view it. It's for internal records, but yeah, why not? Let's see what it is, right? So it's stock ledger entry, which I don't remember what it is now, but this guy right here. So I gotta delete it, okay? So that one, 505D2, so let's see if I can delete it. So this one right here, So it doesn't allow me to delete. Interesting. Can I do that? Okay, let me search real quick. Okay, so I think they see people have the same problem. So let's see what happened. Okay, you're gonna go to settings. Okay. Okay, that one. Okay. All right. So let's do just that. We're gonna break the system. Oh, we're gonna, I guess, make the system less secure a little bit more. So it's gonna go to accounting. What is it? To accounting. Account setting. Okay, we're gonna go to account settings. This one right here. If you wanna kind of dig deeper, so you can follow it, or if you don't mind, you can just don't do this exercise. Okay, I think you wanna enable this option. Okay, so this one is doing exactly what the problem is. Like it allows the deletion of the stock ledger entry, which you're not supposed to, right? But let's do that. Okay, so we hit save, and now if I go back to my stock ledger and stock entry, you don't have to go to stock ledger, right? But I want to delete this cancel document. I might be able to I can do it now. Okay, right? So, but don't do this. Okay, so the cancel document is actually useful because you want to know who did it and what happened to your cancel document. It's actually a good data. So that's why that option is not enabled by default. Okay, so if you want to see where it is, let me just go back one more time. So you go to account settings, and this option right here. So delete accounting and stock ledger entry. Okay. All right, so that hopefully solves your problem.ครับผมติด
ตอนจะใส่แล้วมันบอกว่าให้ edit
อันนี้เป็น
ราคามันไม่ได้ค่ะกลูอะค่ะ
กลูเนาะโทษนะครับกลับไปหน้าแรกใหม่นะขอดูว่าจะทำอะไรครับไม่ใช่เอาไม่เป็นไรเอานี้ก็ได้ก็นี่ก็ได้ครับอันนี้นะที่ทำไปเมื่อกี้แล้วกลูจะราคานี้เนาะจะเปลี่ยนราคาใช่ไหมครับ
ของอาจารย์นะคะที่เป็นเมื่อกี้ที่มันจะเป็นกลูแล้วก็เป็น
ก็ไปดีเทลเนาะใช่ไหมครับแล้วยังไงนะลงมาแล้วจะทำยังไงนะก็จะใส่กลูเข้าไปหรือเปล่าหรือยังไง
จะทำ
ก็คือจะใช้ทั้งกลูทั้งเพเปอร์
โอเคซึ่งอันนี้ draft อยู่เนอะเพราะฉะนั้นเพิ่มได้เลยฮะ add row ได้เลยครับแล้วก็ add glue เข้าไปเลยครับจาก source ไม่ต้องอยู่ล่างสุดก็ได้ครับอยู่ตรงไหนก็ได้ครับที่นี่เลยไปที่นี่นั่นแหละครับแล้วก็ใส่ quantity เข้าไปครับแต่ว่าต้องมีในสต็อกด้วยนะครับถ้าไม่มีในสต็อกมันก็ไม่ให้ทำนะใส่มาหนึ่งทีนี้เมื่อกี้เอาเข้ามาโดยที่ไม่มี valuation แน่เลยใช่ไหมครับมันเลยไม่ให้มันนั้นต้องไปคือเนี่ยปัญหาของระบบพวกนี้ก็คือว่ามันถ้าเกิดไม่มี valuation มันคำนวณต่อไม่ได้ครับเพราะนั้นทางที่ดีนะครับกลับไปทำให้กลูมี valuation rate ก่อนดีกว่าครับก็คือว่าช่วยเอาของเข้าให้ผมหน่อยเพราะปกติของมันต้องเข้าครับนะกลับไป stock entry ใหม่ครับแล้วเอา material receipt เข้าโดยที่มีราคาให้ผมก่อนเอากลูเข้ามาครับก็ material receipt โอเคครับเอาเข้ามาที่ target สักที่หนึ่ง
อันนี้มัน
ถ้าเกิดเป็น material receipt ก็จะต้องใช้ target เพราะว่ามันจะเข้ามาที่ไหนซอสจะไม่มีผลครับเอาเข้ามาสักโอเคครับแล้วก็สำคัญคือตรงนี้ใส่มาให้หน่อยมันจะได้รู้ครับผม
ที่มันเป็นลิปอันนี้ก็ได้
ครับแล้วก็เซฟสมิธเลยครับเนี่ยครับมันน่าจะทีนี้ถ้ากลับไปอันมิกกี้ใหม่มันน่าจะเลิกบ่นแล้วครับจริงๆก็ไปดราฟนี่ก็ได้ครับดราฟเนาะแล้วก็กลับลงมาข้างล่างเนาะแล้วก็จริงๆถ้าเซฟเดี๋ยวมันน่าจะ recalculate ไอตัวคอสมันให้ใหม่ได้ลองเซฟดูหน่อยก็ได้ครับลองเซฟดูนะก็ลงมาข้างล่างอีกรอบหนึ่งนี่ครับเห็นไหมมันนั่นแหละโปรแกรมมันคอมพลิเคทนิดนึงsubmit ก็ได้เลยครับเนี่ยเสร็จแล้วครับอ้าวไม่มีครับของไม่พอครับเปเปอร์ไม่พอต้องเอาเปเปอร์มาใส่เพิ่มหรือว่าลดลงหน่อยก็ได้ครับก็ของไม่พอก็ทำไม่ได้ครับ make sense เนาะOkay, so your classmate found another problem. If you don't have enough raw material, you cannot produce anything, which, a good feature to know, right?ลองสับพิดใหม่น่าจะไปแล้ว
ไม่ได้ใส่กระดาษไป50
ไม่พอครับ200เอาเข้าอีกโอเคแต่ว่าพอเห็นภาพนะว่ามันก็ต้องระวังไอ้ถึงว่าก็ต้องเช็คเนาะครับผมโอเคOkay, so in the next exercise, make sure that you have envelopes and mouse in your inventories, okay? Because we're gonna do something called the product bundles, okay? And we need couple things in your stock, so make sure that it's actually there, non-zero, okay? So I guess the last thing for the inventory is called the product bundle. So it stems from the fact that sometimes we want to sell things in bundle. For example, like think about if you have, like mouse and envelopes and something else like pens and paper, you want to sell them in a box. Like, one box has like a pen or paper, a mouse and everything else. Like, but you don't want to create that box as the new item because it is not. It's just a bundle of your existing item. And it makes more sense if you do a bundle because sometimes you might want to change it. This bundle has 3 pens, another bundle has 5 pens and things like that. So there will be a time that you don't want to create the new item but just want to bundle the existing item. And that's what the product bundle is here to solve that problem. Okay? Or you can even think about like if you buy cell phone, right? In the box of the cell phone, there's a cell phone, there's a charger. I guess normally nowadays not anymore, but usually there are like charging cable, like the adapter. So sometimes you might want to keep track of the things that actually in that box rather than the box itself. So that's the concept of the product bundle, okay? So in here we're gonna try, maybe you wanna sell mouse, but then the mouse come with the envelopes, right? And you wanna create the bundle of that so that you can keep track of how many mouses you have and things like that without having to create a new box of your bundle itself. Okay, so let's do just that. We're gonna go to stock again, and this time, okay, I gotta see my note because this one I kind of forget where it is. Okay, so we're gonna go to stock, and then we're gonna do add product bundle. Wait, are you here? Yeah, okay. Stock product bundle. Okay, go to stock and product bundles. This guy right here. Okay. Okay? And I'm going to add a new product bundle. Okay? And this one, so the criteria is that if you want to create a product bundle, it has to be an item without the stock maintaining. So it's got to be the new stock, but without the tracking the stock options on. So let's just do this. I'm going to create a new item here, and I'm going to name it maybe item, I don't know, 009. Oh, that's already exists, so like that. And this one is going to be products. But here's the thing. You have to deselect this one, maintain stock. So you cannot create the product bundle without maintaining stock options on. So you got to deselect it. And you can just save it like that. Okay? So I'm going to create this. So this is the bundle, right? And in that bundle, what is it? Okay? So that one is going to consist of mouse, okay? Maybe one mouse, okay? Wait, like that. And then maybe you can add in more things like envelopes, okay? Maybe 2 envelopes for some strange reasons, right? And maybe that's just enough. Like if you want to add more, it's up to you, right? You can add more pen, for example. Right? But if you keep adding more, and then when you want to sell it, you have to make sure that you have all of this in stock. That's why I don't want to add too many, because I don't remember how many do I have, like other things, right? So I'm going to delete them. But this one is actually like this bundle consists of 1 mouse and 2 envelopes, for example. You can add pen or whatever in your stocks, okay? Feel free to do that, as long as you have these guys in your system, okay? Okay, so let's click Saved in here. There you go. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. All right. So if I were to go to my product bundles, so I have, with this one, I want to have I want to change the name. Can I change the name to a gift set? Yeah, gift set. Okay, because it's kind of item 0010, it doesn't mean anything. So you can change your item name later. It's okay, but the code, the item code stayed the same, right? So see what I did? Like I don't change this code right here, but like from that dialog just previously, it doesn't, like you didn't specify the name, so that's why it like just wants to change to gift set. That's all. Okay. Okay, so let's sell it, shall we? Okay. So right now we want to sell. So let's do sell invoice. So this one is sales cycle. Like let's do just that. So we're gonna do sell invoice. Like normally you can do sale order and then sale invoice, but you can skip them, right? That one. Add sale invoice. Okay, and just do a customers. Okay, and now let's do gift set right now. Gift set right here. Okay. So if you change your name, then you can simply type the new name in here. Okay, and then you can do a couple more if you want, right? I have a lot of mouses in my inventory, so I should be okay, right? 3. And then you can come up with the rate again. I think my mouse like 500, and then my envelope's like really cheap, so I'm gonna do like 600. Okay, something like that. Yeah, and I think that's it. Okay, let's do saved. Okay. There you go. And submit. Shall we? Right here. Okay, so looks like just normal item, right? But actually there's more things in here. If you go down, actually not this one. I checked actually. Not this one, but let's say you're gonna actually deliver it, right? So when you deliver, then you're gonna go to delivery. Do you guys deliver? Should say delivery note, right? Say delivery. Okay, that's fine. Okay, delivery note. Okay. And again, we are going to deliver this thing, right? And again, you kind of have to say where is it from. So I remember that this one from my store. So let's just click save without doing anything first. I think it's going to give you error, if I recall correctly. No? That means it already know where things are, which is kind of weird. But let me check. Okay. Okay, so essentially it kind of used my default setting for the warehouse, so it's just store, and my item just happened to be in the store, so that's why it's working. But not like for you guys, it might not work right away if you have your item in other places apart from your store warehouse. And if you wanna, and if that's the case, you can go down here and check this one out. There's a new table called packing list. And as you can guess, right, if you are going to sell like for me, 3 bundles, that means that actually the item inside the bundle, you kind of have to kind of take care of it. So by taking care of it, it means that you kind of have to go here and say where it's from. Like you can change this one. So each of the item, you can specify where it's from. Like you can change into store 2, for example, if you feel like. Like if your stuff is, yeah. Sure. Okay. The easy way is doing this. So usually I just do stock summary. Sample stock summary. Like this. Like if I do a new tab, and then this one I can do maybe mouse. Right? Like that. So I know where it is and how much it is. So this is actually depends on how you categorize your stuff. So remember there's an item group that we select when we create the item. Like normally, if you want to go fast, like you should create the appropriate categories here, and you can go fast. Like you just select item group, and you can see like what are things that you need to see. So things like that. So it depends on your division of things. Like or even if you sort things by warehouse. Like if you come up with a nice system for the warehouse that tells you exactly what you want to see, you can select things from the warehouse here. Something like that. So yeah. But a more advanced way, I use pick list. I mean not me, but if things get out of hand, that's when you kind of have to use pick list. So that's why this thing is for. Like for example, pick list. Like and then you add the pick list, and then you want to like I want this thing. Find where it is for me. That is the more advanced way of getting things into your delivery note. Okay, but let's not do this one right now. But I want to finish this flow. Okay, so as I was telling you that if your stuff is actually not in the store, which is a default warehouse, then you can kind of have to come back here and specify where it is. But if it's in your stores already, then you should be able to save and submit, which is when, and this means that you are going to deliver to your customer as the product bundles. There you go. So I mean, for me, it works because all of my items are in store, but it might not be in your case. So if you have problem, let me know. But I think most of you have stuff in your store, I guess, because if you follow my example, things are in your stores already, but it might not be in that case. So if that's the case, actually you can do the default warehouse settings, which change what is the default one, so that it's more convenient. Okay. If you still have, if it doesn't make sense to you, do another round. So try selling your gift set for another round, maybe just for one more time, just to practice. Okay, so sell more gift sets for me, please. Okay. And when I say selling, it means you create the invoice and then a delivery note. That's kind of like the sales cycle. Yeah, and actually the cool thing is that remember that your mouse actually serialized, so that means you can track which serial number that you just give it to your customer too. So without doing any additional work, the serial number it's actually taken care of too. Like this, I already give this 3 mouse to my customer with this following serial number. So it's taken care pretty nicely if you use FIFO, if you're okay with FIFO system. Okay, and with that, you can maybe just take 10-minute break, and we'll come back for manufacturing, which is, I guess, more industrial engineer. Some of you might be interested.